All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm Joshua Dickey. I'll be reading from my book, A Patriot's Journey, Forging Hope. Start off like usual with an inspirational quote. This is from Todd Dodet, and it says, "They say a person needs just three things to be truly happy in this world: someone to love, something to do, and something to hope for." And as long as you have those three things, I mean, that puts you on the right track, I guess, to being happy and finding joy in this world. But the poems today um, are definitely not joyful. They're definitely heartbreaking. It's definitely um, something I'm not proud of happening. That actually happened far too often. And, time is not something you can get back once it's lost. And far too often, people think they can just make up for the things that they do. And, oh, I'll just do this for them and make up for it. I'm sorry to say, guys, there is no making up. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's a sad thing, but it's just a fact of life. You can't go back and be born again. You can't go back and be 2 years old again. That time came, that time went, and the only thing you can do is progress forward and become a better person forward. And that's why these poems are and stories or lessons are so important, is because if I can stop you guys from making these same mistakes I'm making with isolation and withdrawal from family and um, I don't want to see that. And if I can stop you from being a statistic, that's even better. Um, you put this poem to two poems. The first one's called TV. It says, "Hi, Daddy. You're home now. How was your day?" He makes a grunt sound as he walks away. He goes to the couch and then turns on the TV, and I hear a theme song. All of a sudden, he's yelling, and I'm not sure what's wrong. He misses the couch while sitting at the dining room table. My mom is bringing out food as fast as she is able. There is no laughing or joking, definitely no joy. There is no nonsense he is set to destroy. Dinner is done, TV is back on. I asked if I could sing him a song. He said he'll let me watch this TV show. It was on first. Sometimes I feel TV is the best and I am the worst. 2 hours go by and I could say we get hugs and kiss. He says in a few minutes I don't want to miss. This is another hour goes by and I want to see if he'll turn off the TV and spend some time with me. I said, "Dad, I think it's time to we can play." He yelled and said, "Go away from where you came. I probably won't matter if I'm alive or dead, you see. He will always be happy while he's watching his TV." And the sad part is I used the TV as an escape. It was, I tried to turn the TV into my reality. I couldn't um, show really any emotions but anger and just, I guess, meanness to everybody around me. And, um, but if I was watching the TV, it was the time that I was most calm, or whatever the character in the show was feeling, that's what I was going through. Um, so it'd be a lot easier to talk to me. But at that same time, my children were, well, at least from me. I mean, my wife was taking care of them and doing all the stuff that um, that a mother does. But there's only some things a father can do, and I really neglected to fill that father role a whole lot of times. And I kept trying my best to try to break out of my cycle, but then it would just come out as yelling and just anger and um, just frustration all the time. And then my wife would try to help me along, and she'd be saying, "Hey, if you just, if you did this and did this." She came from a place of caring and just wanted me to be better and be a better father and, probably a better husband too. But instead it turned into resentment. It turned into she's trying to tell me what to do. I didn't see it as in being a helpful teammate. I saw she thinks she's in charge now. She's trying to tell me what to do, um, and I wasn't going to stand for it. So instead of getting better, it created another rift. So it made me resent her and start taking now more stuff out on her. So then she felt like, I didn't love her or care about her anymore, when really it was me just acting or lashing out at her. And, it's like they said, the people that you love always get the worst of it. And I think it's because you feel like they're always going to be there. Um, you know, you, or maybe you just count on them so much you think they could just handle it all. So you think you could just say, hey, basically, I'm giving you all this stuff, and I know you can help me, so here, take my burden too. And but a lot of times it's misconstrued as just anger and hatred and animosity. And uh, if you don't sit down and have a good conversation with that person that you love that you're doing this to, I mean, they're really going to feel verbally abused by you because you are. I mean, I did, and I can admit that, and I'm not proud of it. But the only way to grow is to admit your faults, admit your limitations, and don't stop trying to become better. And only then will you start succeeding. And don't make excuses. Don't blame it on stuff. Don't blame it on people. Don't blame it on the lack of sleep. Because it is what it is. End of the day, it's on you. And and it's all about how you deal with it. Okay. Next poem. It's called Not Sure. I stare at this picture on the wall, thinking about who's the right one to call. There are so many voices in my head. Occasionally hear it if you say you're better off dead. I know there isn't the path that I have chosen to take. With all the medications, I only feel partially awake. I stumble trying to find the right words to say. I said I get really frustrated and say tomorrow's another day. I really don't think things out as really as they are. Trusting in a higher power, you'll go far. People think they can drink problems away. They may seem that way for a time, but it won't stay. If you're a fighter, fight to win. In a battle of your emotions, you must show a grin. Things won't come easy dealing with the past. The hardest parts will pass and won't last. People will travel different roads to get better. You didn't turn off and on with a lever. Open your heart, soul, and mind. Things will get easier by just staying kind. Now, a lot of things are going on in this poem. Um, as you could tell, I'm all over the place. My thoughts, my words, actions, and it's because um, at certain points I would stop taking some of my medications that the doctors put me on, and sometimes I actually get bouts of clarity, and then I'll be like, oh, hey, I don't want to be doing this, I don't want to be doing that, and certain medications influence other things. So uh, some made me more angry, some made me more sad. Um, a lot of the medications I took added uh, weight, and then I get depressed because I was getting bigger, and then I'd be getting surgeries done, so I'm not mobile. So then I'm eating more, so I'm just getting fatter, and then it's I make a joke about it, but then when you see where you were, it's hard to not compare yourself, and then you get even more depressed, and then you know people poke fun at you, but I mean they don't mean it seriously. It's just a joking with them, but doesn't mean it doesn't bother you still. Even though I have some really thick skin, um, but one thing that is true about this poem is that even with all the things going on, there is no quit. There is outside forces trying to persuade you to take one path versus another, and you're just like, nope, I'm just gonna take them all. I'm just gonna figure out what's going on, because I don't know for sure which course of action I really want to take. So if I keep pursuing all these different types of things, maybe one of them is gonna stick. And so when you finally get that right thing that works, your life turns so much better, and things just seem to get so much easier, and you can start, your mind starts opening up, and things just appear clearer to you. I don't care what it is that um, you like. Maybe your clear space is being outside in the wilderness, and being part of God's just green earth, and that is totally fine, because there's healing powers in nature, and having that silence or that quietness around could actually help you think better, and you can start seeing what is important and what's not. you know um, but one thing I do know for sure is that in my bouts of clarity and the heartache and stuff that I've been through, is that I am committed to helping people become better. um, I myself still struggle, and I am constantly working on getting better. And so that's what I constantly want to do with other people. I want to help them get better as well. And if I felt like if I wrote my struggles down and tried to explain them, most people would sit back and go, "I hear you, man. I've done it. I'm doing it. This is me talking now. I thought I was saying those words, and it turns out it's somebody else actually telling me exactly what I'm thinking." And it's the more you come to realize, the better you are of making steps in the right direction. And so I'm committed to helping as many people as I can. 22 a day is going to start dwindling, and I am going to keep on doing my donations with books, and I'm going to keep helping people out. I'm going to keep motivating everybody to get better. I'm going to keep myself getting motivated to stay better, because every day is going to be a temptation. Every day is going to be a struggle, and you just want to wake up stronger than the rest. And once again, this guy, Tom Bowden, said, "They say a person needs just three things to be truly happy in this world: someone to love, something to do, and something to hope for." And I have someone to love, my wife. I have something to do. I am committed to this cause of veteran suicide awareness, 22 a day. I'm committed to getting as many books to people as I possibly can, and hopefully interacting with them so that way we can progress together. And something to hope for is, I hope that it catches on and more people will start reading or start seeing my videos or start finding tiny bits of inspiration from my struggles, and they can get that saying, if he's willing to make himself vulnerable to everybody else, I could be vulnerable too. And that's just my hope for everybody. Just want to thank you all for supporting me again. If you wanted to email me, it is at forginghopepoetry@gmail.com. I just want to thank you all for the continued support, listening, hearing me out, because I can't do it without you. And I think together we could truly start taking this number of 22 a day down. Thank you for your time.